Okay, cool. You're live.
Are we live?
Yes.
Cool. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. I'm joined by Riaan tonight. We're going to watch the Division 2 race at Road Atlanta.
Hi everyone. So this Division 2 race, the sprint race. So we'll be bringing you the action live on Road Atlanta this time.
Are we live?
This is quite a high-speed circuit, about 12 corners, as well as one chicane and fast sweeping S's as they call it. And also a very tricky turn number 5 that leads up to the hill towards the bunch-up point. So I'm pretty sure we will see some good action around this track tonight.
We're on board with Endrin Govender at the moment in the Ferrari.
So we actually saw that the top 4 guys were actually very, very close. I think almost like a tenth.
Yeah, there was a bit of sandbagging there as well to keep the wool over the eyes of the competitor by Kyle. We saw you, Kyle.
Saw that one. Kyle was actually almost half a second up on his time before he slammed the brakes before the start-finish line. So that was very, very sneaky of him.
Sneaky.
All good. We'll see if he can pull off that lap, and that should definitely put him on pole. I mean,
Endrin runs a bit wide there. Should still give him a good lap, yeah.
It should.
1:22.8 to open up the timings. Let's see who else is on the lap. Wesley Farrant looks like his lap didn't register, so he must have had an off there. John McKay's gone third. Nazim Edwards has put in a 22.2 to take provisional pole. Shan Lorero has got a 23.0. Marius Meyer has got a 24.1. Oh, Chris Heineke puts in a 20.9. That's a good lap.
That's a very good lap. That's more or less the type of lap time we saw that Kyle Swanepoel was about to do.
Absolutely. So he's got some competition. Kyle Swanepoel puts his mark in second place.
As Kyle Swanepoel already improves by 0.2 of a second.
Let's jump on board with him. Guys watching the stream, could you just let us know if the volume's okay for both myself and Riaan, as well as the game volume?
So Kyle will need about, let's say, another 10th to be safe to put himself into provisional pole. It's already 6 tenths up.
I think this should give him... Nice. Yeah, this should give him pole.
Oh, very good. Yeah, there we go. He's
Good exit, 7 tenths up. Oh, Chris Heineke improves as we speak, so this is going to be touch and go. Whoa, 6 1/1000ths of a second between them. That is close.
Really close gap between the two.
Oh, that's a bit naughty. Let's jump on board with Chris. He's not improving, doesn't look like. Mike McGear's improving slightly. No, I lost it there. But he's pretty much on par with his best lap. Let's stick with him for a couple of corners.
Endrin Govender is on a very good lap as well. That actually puts him in 3rd place.
Thanks, Matthew. Matthew says that the sound balance is fine. So we're good to go. Max 2/10 up, you should get a good slipstream here, hopefully. He's losing time. I just had a poor exit there, but shows the potential for a better lap there.
Sure does.
Still improves with a 21.5. Let's see. Endurance not improving. Oh, Gustav's had a spin. Fortunately, it didn't cost anyone else their lap.
Sean Larrero is also on a better lap. He's 3.5
jump
tenths
on.
up on his previous lap time.
Very nice. So 6/1000ths of a second. That's just getting on the gas that tiny bit earlier. Oh, he abandons the lap. I wonder what happened there.
No idea. It's very strange.
Someone was up on their lap. I missed them now.
Nazim.
Is it Nazim Edwards? Oh yeah. Let's hope we don't jinx him. As we say that.
It was actually a 1.5 tenths up before the S's. I think he's losing a lot of time through those fast sweeping corners. It's a very good exit out of that corner leading towards the main straight, but then he actually lost it again.
Lost it there. Hi guys in the chat. Hope you enjoy the race with us. It's pretty much a touch and go lap for Nazim, yeah. Oh, he's made up some time there.
Okay. He's still improving quite a bit. But
Too much of
like
curb.
It's as if he goes a bit wide into the corner that makes him gain time. As soon as he gets out of the corner again, he loses it altogether.
And wide in the last corner as well, that's not the way.
Yeah.
Let's jump on board with Jason. Jason's pretty much matching his best lap at the moment.
Oh, it's gone up a bit, but let's see. Maybe he can improve.
Riaan, apparently you're a bit soft at the moment. Is there something you can do to maybe improve your volume?
Let me have a look. Thanks.
I think it should be higher now. Just increase your volume on Discord. It should be a bit better. Let's do a test there maybe.
Okay, how's it sound now?
Oh, Jason's 2/10 up.
He is. He needs 2.8 of a second that he needs to be on.
He's
position
touch
of
and go, touch and go. This is going to be a good lap.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a very good lap, indeed.
Oh, he's losing out a bit on the straight. Probably had a better exit on his previous lap.
So he doesn't really improve much, but so far it looks like he's got a very safe third position because the person in fourth place is 4 tenths behind. So,
4 tenths behind, yeah.
looks very promising for Jason Alden Jones.
Let's see who else may be on a lap here. Chris is 6/10 down. I don't think he'll improve on that. Kyle's also almost 6/10 down after this corner. And Jason abandons his lap. Mike McGear is 1.5 tenths down. Good
Sean
entry.
Herrera is 2 tenths up.
Mike McGear is just about to finish his lap and he's making a slight improvement, so I'll stick with him and then I'll switch over.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on Sean.
Mike McGear moves up to 5th, 21.4. Good lap from him. Let's head over to Sean. 2.5 tenths, this should be good.
Carries on like this, he should be able to get 7th or 8th position. Oh, he improves by quite a bit now.
Oh, he hit the curb there.
Oh,
Lost a lot of time there.
He gained 4/10 of a second on that lap, and he threw all of it away.
Just by clipping
in
that curb.
one corner.
Shows his potential though, so he just needs to get a clean lap and he can show a real improvement here. If he were to get that potential lap time, he'd be right in the mix. I think he's abandoning that lap. We watch Gustav Jacobs in the Porsche. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll improve in this lap. Nazim Edwards is about to start a lap. Let's stick with him for a few corners and see how he does. Wow, almost a 10th in the first few meters of the track. Lost it all there.
So at the moment, it doesn't seem like there's anyone that can challenge Chris Heineke or Kyle Swanepoel for first or second place.
Running on board with Kyle now is starting a fast lap.
So the lap so far is he's up by a little bit, but it's touch and go.
Touch and
I
go.
think
Yeah.
he's probably going to stick with his personal best. Unless
There
he
we
can
go.
really
1.5 tenths.
There
Wow.
we go. Wow, that is a very big improvement. Let's see if you can make it stick over corner 5. Looks okay so far.
All he needs is 6 1,000s. So he just needs to keep it green and he'll be fine. There you go.
There we go.
Good exit out that corner.
Now the straight line speed of this Merc should give him the upper hand in terms of gaining just a little bit over a 10th before the chicane.
Yeah, he had a good exit from the last one, so he should be speeding, doing a much better speed than he would be on his previous one. Look at that. Great on the brakes. Keep it clean,
Very
keep it
great.
clean. Oh, lost a bit of time there.
Too much.
Oh.
And he lost it.
Lost it all there. These
Just
curbs.
went too deep into the inside of that curb, and that cost him
Oh,
pole
he
position.
lost it there. Unlucky. But that's how quick you can gain and that's how quick you can lose it. It just takes one corner in the incorrect manner and poof, there goes your lap time.
And it's also that psychological pressure. I mean, you know you only need 6 1,000ths of a second, you know, but still, it's so easy just to get it wrong
Yep.
and lose all of it.
So now we just have to remember to get our cars off the track once the race starts.
Definitely.
That's absolutely nothing between the first two, so this should be a really good race. Jason Alden Jones in third place, right there as well. Then we have Gustav in fourth, Mike McGeer in fifth, Nazim Edwards in sixth, Endren in seventh, Osman in eighth, Wesley in ninth, Sean in 10th, Stephen in 11th, Giano Boyson in 12th, Marius Meyer in 13th, John McKay in 14th, Peter Geldenes in 15th, and Quade Claessens rounding up the field. I think quite a few of these guys didn't qualify. Probably these are the Division 1 guys who are just having some fun out there today.
That's correct. It's actually very good sportsmanship of them to start at the back as well, you know, to try and fight their way up.
Yep. So who should we go on board with for the start of this race?
Just for interest's sake, so we have everybody on the soft tires except for Gustav Jacobs, Wesley Ferrand, and Stephen Sparks and Jana Boyson.
Interesting.
They're all in the mediums.
That should just lose them a little bit of time at the start of the race, but it should equalize around lap 10 or 11, I should think. They should have a much more consistent pace at the end.
So we have 15 seconds before the pace lap.
Yep. I still see that learner sign. Oh, it's gone. So we're on the pace lap. Rules for this season are that the speed should not exceed 140 kph. I think that's a good balance for these type of cars. You can still generate a bit of heat with the weaving, but it's not all chaos.
So far the field looks very clean. I haven't seen any incidents at the back yet, or any lag or technical problems that can lead to someone accidentally running into each other and maybe spin off the track, which is a very good thing. So far the starting order is still exactly the same. So this now is where Chris Heineke needs to put the power down immediately, because Carl Swanepoel
he's got a bit of sideways out there. Let's jump on board with Kyle. Oh, Kyle runs. What happened there? Oh, I think your car's on track there. Riaan, your car's on track.
Okay, not anymore.
Was that mine? Carl's right behind Chris. He's in the slip. Oh. I think we're gonna have a restart. Just remember to get the car off the track this time. I think it was my car. Apologies guys. I thought I clicked on return to pits there. So I'm in the pits now. Confirmed you as well. Okay, let's stick on board again with another pace lap. Riaan, would you mind just checking that we're both off now?
Yes, I've confirmed. Everyone is off now. We're both
Cool.
in the pits.
Alright, round 2 guys.
Some technical difficulties there. Apologies for that.
So in the Division 1 stream I saw the guys mention that weaving doesn't heat up the tires. I actually think it does, because you are able to generate to a certain degree, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially the soft tires, you can get them going green for the start of the lap, so it's well worthwhile doing
I'm not sure
that.
about the medium though, because they seem to be coming alive much later.
Absolutely, yeah. So here goes round 2. Oh, Chris has a bit of a spin there, but luckily he's saved by the rules where you can't pass before the line.
I think it should be enough, because Carl's one was just a little bit too far behind to try and make a move into turn 1.
Mike McGear was about to make a move on Gustav, but it looks like he was well behind. Wesley Farrant and Osman Wali are very close. Oh, someone's off at the back. That looks like John McKay and Steven Sparks, perhaps. Oh, Chris Heineke's gone wide.
It's gone very wide.
So lost a ton of positions there from P1 to P10.
And now we have Jason Holden-Jones that's
trying to go around the
putting
outside.
pressure on
Mike McGear dives up the inside of Gustav Jacobs, and he made it stick. Oh, we stick with the battle for first because this is getting interesting.
Oh, Jason is getting really, really dicey at the moment, but lost all that time to Swanepoel just before turn 1. Let's see if he can make up some time through the S's, because I saw that the Merc is actually looking quite fast with
Kyle took a very defensive line there. He's lost a lot of time. That brings Jason right to the back again.
Let's just stick with Jason for the moment to see if he's
right in the slip.
More. He is indeed.
He pulls out of the slip, inside, outside, just trying to unsettle Kyle Swanepoel there. These two have to worry about the power of the Nissan behind them.
Yeah, unfortunately the battle now for first and second, this is now making Mike McGear catching up quite a lot to the leading pair.
There's a move between... Oh, Jason lost the back end. Oh, there's carnage there. That looked like there was oil. That's Jason Holden-Jones, Chris Heineke. A lot of people went off there. So everyone's gained a position. Big losers there were Jason Holden-Jones and Nazim Edwards, I think it was.
I think personally, you know, knowing that you're faster than the guy in front of you, it makes you just push that little bit too hard.
Yeah.
That can punish you and make you spin out and eventually make you end up dead last, almost dead last, which is very unfortunate for Jason.
Chris Heineke's put a move on Sean Loureiro. That was all on the exit of turn 5. Well, this is the closest battle we have on track, I think. Between 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Oh, Endron's put his wheel on the grass there. Is he going to make the corner? Just made it, but that puts Wesley Ferrand right on his tail. So P3 right the way to P8 right within contention of each other here. Claessen's just put a move on Boyson, and behind him we have Edwards trying to now put another move on, and Geldenhuys is trying to put a move on Edwards. It's all kicking off here.
It sure is in the early stages of this race.
Marius Meyers put a move on the inside of Jason Holden-Jones. You see the power of the Nissan slightly pull away of the Merc. Although they all seem to be holding their own. Jason Holden-Jones trying to go out the outside of, and he does it around the outside of Meyer.
Very nicely done.
Let's jump on with Chris Heineke chasing down Indran Govender. Wesley Ferrand has passed Gustav Jacobs. So much action, guys, I don't know who to watch here.
Yeah, there's a lot of action with Sean Lamprecht also in the mix there with his McLaren.
I see, let's switch to him. Oh, this is a three-way battle with the Nissan right behind.
Of Gustav Jacobs. He's going to try and make the move, outbrake him. I think he
can
will
it go inside?
definitely attempt this.
Nicely done, clean move.
Very nicely done. But I must admit, Gustav did give him a lot of space there.
Yep, fair play to both of them. He's coming back, trying to go up the inside. I think he's got to run. Ah, he just backs out of it.
That will be a very brave move into turn 1, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looked like he had a very good run out there.
He did.
Let's stick with these guys. Looks like they're going to bring us some action. So Jason Holden-Jones put a move on... Oh no, he didn't. So Mayer put a whole move on Jason Holden-Jones.
Gustav made up some time now because Lamprecht went a little bit wide out of turn 5 into the gravel.
Let's see how the power of the McLaren compares to the power of the Porsche.
To be honest with you, I think if this Porsche is inside the slipstream of Sean Lamprecht's McLaren, it's definitely going to be able to lose this spot.
Look at that, he's right on his tail, he's pulling out the slip.
Really making a move towards the outside. And I don't think Sean will have enough to defend, even if he breaks late. But let's see. No, I think it's the done deal.
Now he breaks early. Oh!
He breaks very early.
Nice. Just makes the corner, but hey, he made it past.
Nicely defended. But
Gustav takes the inside line.
Better drive out, yes. Makes it stick.
Whoa! They touch.
Don't.
This is gonna give
very, very close.
Osman Vali a chance. Oh, he tries around the outside. That's a brave man. And he goes off.
That tricky corner 1 is definitely.
So there's been there's been a lot of action up front. Chris Heineke has dropped right back. Wesley Ferrand has moved up to 3rd. Gustav Jacobs is now in 4th position. The battle that we're watching. And Indran has joined the mix. So he was ahead of this battle and must have fallen out. Lamprecht makes a move around the outside. Great move. All of this is allowing Jacobs to pull a slight margin and he'll be up the road waving by. Here comes Osman Vali.
I think at this moment Sean is really defending very hard because he knows that he's got the disadvantage in the straight.
3 wide.
He's really putting all his skill just to try and defend into the chicane here from these 2 behind him. And that makes Jacobs make that big lead at the moment because of the hold-up.
So Indran's past Sean Lamprecht, but it looks like Osman Vali has dropped back. So he's lost a place to Quade Claessens. It's all kicking off. So Peter Geldenes and Chris Heineke are resuming their battle. These 2 had a ding-dong in Division 1 if I'm not mistaken. all of the battling ahead is allowing the guys behind to catch up, even with mistakes. Sean Loureiro, Quade Claessen's passed him on the straight. That's the power of the Nissan. Kept it clean. You should see him up the road now with the power. Meanwhile, Kyle Swanepoel's enjoying a 1.7 second lead over Mike McGeer. Let's jump back to the closest battle on track.
So Chris Heineke is now trying to make a move into 8th place.
Let's take a look. Just managed to catch that. Oh, Osman puts a wheel on the grass. That's not very safe.
As we have a
spinner up there. Is that Quade Claessen's? Quade Claessen's lost it there.
Quade Claessen's, yes.
Unfortunate for him.
If I remember correctly, he spun it around the same corner in Division 1, which cost him quite a lot.
Probably grabbing too much of the curb there. So with all of that chaos, Peter Geldenhuys and Chris Heineke seems to have been the big winners. They've moved up quite a few spots.
Well, the gap up front is still 1.7 seconds. It seems like it's stabilizing at the moment. Both of those runners are on soft tires.
Oh, so Endron's gone wide. Peter Geldenhuys should have a run on him, and he does round the outside, straight past.
Power of that Merc.
Yeah, but Endron did run wide there. Someone spun out there, it looks like, or went off the track. That looks like Sean Loureiro. He's lost the place to Chris Heineke.
So soon we will be having Geldenhuys breathing down Loureiro's neck, and possibly see another taking move in the next 2 laps.
Yep. Very interesting wide entry to that corner by Peter Geldenhuys. Nazim Edwards is putting a move on Marius Meyer, or trying to, right on his tail.
I don't think this Lamborghini will be able to keep that Nissan behind him for much longer.
And then behind that we have Jason Holden Jones and Jano Boyson. Look at these two. There's another learner sign on that Porsche. Oh, Jason tries to go around the outside.
Very, very close to the Porsche there. Keeping it
nice. Both of them showing a lot of respect there.
Very good exit from Jason Holden Jones there.
And he's got the move done. Now can the Porsche come back using the slip?
I don't think so. I think the Merc's got the better run and the top speed.
Does a sneaky look up the inside, but he doesn't make it.
No, that's enough.
Oh, Jason runs wide. That's gonna give this position back to... Is it? Is he? Oh, he comes back. Ah, but he runs straight off again.
A very wise move to try and avoid all contact.
Yep. So he has to start from scratch and try again. So we're on lap 14. Wow, this race has flown by.
Just past half distance here. And we can see the gap in front is still sitting at around 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's remained quite static.
I've noticed that the last 5 to 6 laps is where, you know, some people would be doing some tire saving as well.
Sean Loureiro's jumped to the pits. Wonder what happened there.
No idea.
Changed the tires or made a mistake.
It looks like
Nazim Edwards and Indran Governor going at it here. Oh, I think that was a mistake by Indran that gave him, lost him the place to both Edwards and Marius Mayo. Looks like Sean Loureiro has called it quits. Must have a bit of damage there.
I think he had a very difficult race. I mean, you know, the one lap pace of this McLaren is really seems to be really good, but he was losing ground almost every lap to someone with better horsepower behind him.
Look at this battle, 2 mid-engine cars. Oh, there's a battle. These two are having a real ding-dong, yeah.
And this time Jason is through again. Let's see if he can keep this position and not run wide on turn 1.
Mike McGear's brought the gap down to 1.4 seconds. Has he been saving it for the end? 1.3. Unless Kyle Swanepoel's made a small mistake. 122 versus 121. So he made up 5/10 of a second.
Correct.
Just want to switch to this battle between the Ferrari and the Lamb. Oh, and the Marius run off the track there. Oh, that's weird.
Just one interesting fact as well. This is the first race of Marius Meyer using the Oculus Rift. So he's joining the handful of guys using VR. And this is his maiden race with VR. So
let's hope he wasn't
maybe
looking at the scenery.
Used to it. Or getting a bit of nausea.
Let's hope. I think he wanted to have a closer look at the crowd on the side there.
Very possible.
And the gap's almost a second. And we're coming up to a bit of traffic just up ahead there. This should be...
I think Swanepoel was pushing it very hard to maintain that gap in the lead. And maybe
he's burnt out those tires, yeah. The Nissan seems to hold its tires quite well on this track. There's nothing in it now, guys. Mike's just done his best lap of the race at 21.6. He's made up almost 0.8 of a second on that lap.
And he's still improving his delta time, so he's really on a flyer.
What tires is Mike on?
They both on the softs.
Oh.
Swanepoel and Mike.
Running on board with Mike at the moment. seems to be dropping a bit of time in Sector 1.
But it's still a very good delta regardless from his personal best during this stage of the race.
Look at that exit.
He's very close now. Less than half a second in the slipstream now, Swanepoel.
He's closing.
He's closing up. He might
have a dive here.
Look into the inside, yes.
Oh, change the camera.
Swanepoel is safe from now.
But there's nothing in it now. I think. Oh, Swanepoel's made a mistake out there.
But he's still maintaining that 3/10 gap, regardless of the mistake.
But he has to go defensive here. 2/10, 4/10. And the traffic up ahead. Let's hope the traffic moves off the way and gives these guys a bit of space to have their fight. Oh!
That was very close.
Has a Ferrari let them by? Yep, it has let them by. So Mike McGear is right on his tail. If he gets an exit like he did in the last lap, he will be passed.
He will definitely make it.
The rear tires on that Mark look cooked. He's slipping and sliding away.
I couldn't agree more.
Although he did get a better exit than his last lap.
Swanepoel still on the inside trying to defend his position from Mike. With only 4 laps remaining.
I think this is the closest battle on track at the moment, so we'll stick with it. Lost a lot of time on that first sector. Oh, and he runs wide there. That's just going to give Kyle a bit of breathing room.
That cost him nearly a second. That's a mistake.
Oh, and he runs wide there as well. So it's getting a bit ragged now.
The pressure is really starting to make him a little bit more inconsistent.
And Osman Vali looks like he's made a mistake in his drop right at the back. Jason Holden Jones just put a move on Endrin Govender. Looks like he's also off the track.
Yes.
Marius May is about to come up. Will he catch him? Whoa! I think those tires are gone.
Those
tires are cooked, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna bleed positions, yo. Can he recover the car? Oh, he's back to the pits. He's called it. I think his tires were gone. So Mike McGear's dropped back to 1.8 seconds behind now. Can he mount a challenge? He's only got 2 laps left.
Well, I don't think he'll be able to get close enough to make an actual move unless Kyle makes some kind of a mistake that could give him a chance. But so far it seems like Swanepoel's really got the consistency going for this race, which could potentially make him the winner for this round.
Yep. Well deserved. He gave us a fantastic race at the last round in Laguna Seca.
He did. He did. It was breathtaking, to be honest.
2 laps to go. He's brought the second. He's brought the gap down to a second again.
Less than a second. So it seems like the medium tires for Ferrand and Jacobs are holding up very nicely for them to be so far ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, he's got to run. I think Kyle made a slight error there. He's going to try it on the outside.
Let's rather try and get a better exit and take him on the straight than risk it all.
There we go. It looks like he's got a good exit there.
Very close now. Yes.
Although Kyle's matching him.
He's matching, and we've seen on the previous laps that even if there's half a second between them, Swanepoel just seems to defend that line perfectly into
Very
the
well.
chicane every time.
He takes the defensive line very early, making his point clear that he's not going to give an easy opportunity pass.
Well said, Jace. The leader will now start his final lap.
So it's down to the wire. Let's see. Again, Kyle goes defensive. This should compromise his exit out this corner though.
He had a little bit of a look inside, but unfortunately just too far behind.
Kyle's driving very defensively.
He knows, one mistake and it's over.
Let's go on board with Mike McGear. A little bit too much curb there.
He's a little bit closer now than what he was the previous lap.
But I think Kyle's gonna make his line quite clear that he's not moving from the inside of this corner. Makes Mike go around the outside. That's not gonna happen.
No, that's not going to happen. But good effort from
Good effort
Mike.
for sure, absolutely.
Very,
He came back from a very far back. Made a race out of it. Well done, guys. Great result.
Very well done.
Wesley Ferrand will finish in 3rd place. There he comes across the line. Then Gustav Jacobs will finish behind him. 4th. Chris Heineke will finish in 5th. Peter Geldernes.
It's not all the way from the back. That's a very, very good position for him.
Very good effort, yeah. Quade Claessens will finish in 7th. Steven Sparks will finish in 8th. Nazim Edwards will finish in 9th.
Jason Alden Jones also making a very good comeback because he was, I think, 2nd last at some point.
Had quite a few offs this race, so I think he should have a much better showing in race 2. And that's it for now, guys. We'll take a 5-minute break and we'll be back.
Hello? Yes? On the OBS.
And we're back, guys. About to start qualifying.
Welcome back, everyone.
So that was a very exciting race one, Riaan.
Sure was. It will be interesting to see now what the qualifying times will look like now that the guys are more used to the track. So hopefully we'll see Mike Magia challenging Swanepoel, perhaps to try and out qualifying, because in the previous qualifying session we did see that Magia actually had a much better qualifying lap, but he unfortunately messed it up. I think it was the penultimate corner where he went a little bit wide and he lost all the time.
And let's see if the other guys who made a few mistakes recover from that and show what they really have, because there were quite a few fightbacks through the field there. So we're 12 seconds from the start of qualifying. Peter Geldenes will be the first out the pits.
Seems this time he's going to attempt a qualifying lap. Where in the previous qualifying he preferred to stay in the pits and not put a time to work his way all the way from the back and finished in a good 6th position.
Let's ride on board with Peter for a lap.
As he's about to start his flying lap now. Coming towards the final corner.
Very nice corner 5 there. A bit of lag here. Oh, slight mistake there. And wide. 121.7 on the board. I'm sure you can improve on that.
It's already a little bit up on his previous delta time. But let's...
Jason Alden Jones goes straight in with the 21.1.
That is a very, very good time from Jason. As he's already almost 1.5 tenths up again on his second lap.
He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. Maybe he can use it as slip.
He was attacking that curb so hard and he was able to gain so much time from that as well. So now we'll see him lose almost all the time that he worked for.
Oh. Four tenths. This is going to be a massive improvement.
Just bearing in mind that he also lost about 3 tenths behind the car that he just passed now, so it would
lots
have
of
been
potential.
A very, very good lap. Yes,
20.7.
20.5.
Wow, great lap time, Jason.
And he still improves. Half a tenth up again.
Oh, a bit of a tank slapper there.
Meanwhile, we have Adrian Govender that's 3 tenths up on his previous best.
Let's jump on board with Adrian. Oh, he's lost it out that corner.
Very scruffy exits, yes, out of that corner leading into the main straight.
Let's see, anyone else on the lap there?
At the moment we have
Nazim.
Sean Barrera that's half a second up.
Half a second, nice. That should take him around 7th, maybe even 6th if he continues to improve.
Very good.
Nice and clean. Oh, this will be a massive improvement.
That was a perfect chicane.
This should give him P6. Yep, nice.
As it does, very nice.
Chris Hennick is about to start a lap. I think that lap by Jason Alden Jones has surprised these guys.
Definitely.
They're going to have to stop their sandbagging now and really get on with it.
But I still think Jason Alden Jones has the potential to put in a 20.5. Bearing in mind that all the time that he lost to the...
Yes, passing the traffic there. And he caught up to it at the wrong spot of the lap, so unfortunate. Chris is up 3.5, 4 tenths almost. More than 4 tenths now. So this should bring him a lot closer. But he's gonna have to have a monster final sector to compete with that lap time of Jason.
To be honest, I think he's on track to take the original pole if he can get the chicane and the final corner right.
Yeah, but it's nip and tuck now. Oh wow, look at that! Look at the gain on the braking. Oh, but he lost it. Unlucky. He's still there. This is going to be nip and tuck.
Still there. It's going to be very close.
It's going to be thousands.
He will definitely.
Oh, 4 thousandths behind.
4 thousandths of a second behind. That is a remarkable lap. Very well done, Chris.
Wesley Ferrand has put it in third, albeit with a big gap behind the first two. The first two are really on a good pace, yeah. Let's see if Peter Geldenes can compete with that, and Carl Swanepoel. Carl's just jumped up to P3 with a 21.0.
Still improving on his second lap by 2/10.
Peter Geldenes has gone P3 with a 21.2. Was it a 21.2 or 21.4?
You can go on board with Swanepoel now. He's
I'm
3
on
tenths
board with
up.
him, yes. But scruffy on the curbs there. Lost him a lot of time.
Lost it all. Lost him half a second.
He just needs to regroup now and go for this next lap. Nice improvement through turn 1. Very nice. Keep it clean through this chicane and he should be on the way. Played a lot of time on that curve there. Seems like his setup doesn't run the curves very well.
It does seem like that. Although he does seem to be improving through the midsection of the corner leading to the straight, but then he just loses it all again.
There should still be a slight improvement. So there's 4 minutes to go. Will he jump into the pits for a new set of tires and try again, or does he have enough fuel for another run?
I really think Carl Swanepoel has the potential to take pole position. It's just getting that perfect lap in that seems to be the problem.
Yeah, he's shown that he's got a lot of time in that sector 1. So if he just matches his previous sectors, he should easily get there. Look at that, Peter Geldenes. Oh, Chris Heineke's taken pole with a 20.5. That's a great lap.
Very, very nice.
And he's up on the next lap. So can we see a further improvement? He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. But he's 2.5, 3/10 up on his lap time. Wow. This is going to be a mega lap.
Amazing.
Still gaining time. He's gonna catch the traffic at the wrong time now. That chicane may cost him. Still 3.5 tenths up. This is gonna be a mega lap.
I don't think Gustav Jacobs in front of him will will let him go past because he's trying to improve himself.
Absolutely, there's there's no prerogative for him to let him go.
Exactly. I mean, Gustav
look at that! Look at the time bleed off there. Still an improvement. 120.4. That could potentially have been a low 120, maybe even a 119.
He definitely lost a lot of time behind Gustav there.
Jason Holden Jones is up 2/10. Look at that.
Yes. Heading towards the chicane. If you can make the exit.
1.5 tenths.
Yeah,
He lost a bit.
He lost a little bit, but we're still
an improvement. Yes.
Which should securely.
120.6.
Yeah, so no, he will definitely stay in second place with that time, unless Carl Swanepoel can pull out a very good lap with the time that he has remaining.
I don't think Carl Swanepoel's actually gone into the pits. So he's been running with a hell of a lot of fuel from the start of the session, I think. So his tires by now should be pretty much poked. Although look at that, I mean, he's making up a lot of time in that first sector.
That first turn especially is against just
whoa, that tires are gone. Those tires are gone.
There's no more grip left through this fast sweeping section, and he abandons the lap.
Let's take a look at Peter Geldenhuys. He's not going to improve, I don't think. Gustav Jacobs is on an out lap. Will he make it for another lap? Nazim Edwards is about to start a lap, although he's down by 1.5 tenths almost. Steven Sparks is up.
Boyson is also up by about 6 tenths.
Let's take a look at Boyson.
15th position. Should put him in about 13th.
14th, very nice. It's very tight there between the three of them. Mike McGear is struggling with qualifying.
But we did see that he was able to fight his way all the way to the top and almost take the victory. I mean, if it wasn't for a few mistakes he made. So it will be interesting to see what he does in the second race.
Gustav Jacobs is on a lap, but I don't think he's going to improve there. Nazim Edwards is also down. Oh, he abandons his lap. Sean Loureiro is up 0.2 of a second. That could see him jump from 11th right up until probably P7. Although he's lost a bit of time on the straight.
He should make up one position. And he does not by 4 thousandths of a second.
Fantastic qualifying session. It was a good fight between Chris Heineke and Jason Holden Jones. Carl Swanepoel showed a lot of potential there, but unfortunately just couldn't convert his lap. So it's all to play for in this race. Peter Geldenhuys is also starting right up there in P4. He made his way all through the field in race 1. So we're 5 seconds to the countdown to the grid.
So there's one comment from Jackie Joker, saying that at least without Basheer racing, it would seem competitive now. I couldn't agree more.
No, the race. It was a very competitive race on Monday.
You were running away from them.
No
Let's be
ways.
honest.
It was tight. So do you want to run through the grid again, Riaan?
So in first place we have Chris Heineke, second Jason Alden-Jones, third Carl Swanepoel, fourth Peter Geldnys, fifth Wesley Ferrand, sixth Gustav Jacobs, Indren Govender in seventh place, Osman Bali in eighth, ninth we have Nazim Edwards, 10th we have Stephen Sparks, 11 Sean Lerero, 12 Mike McGeer, 13th John McKay, 14th Jana Boyson, 15th Marius Meyer, and that is the grid for race 2.
So we have a lone Nissan up front with 3 Mercedes chasing it. Behind that we have 2 Porsches, then a Ferrari, and then 2 more Nissans.
So the top 3, Chris Heineke is on the soft tire, Jason Alden-Jones on the soft, Carl Swanepoel on the mediums. That's an interesting change.
Carl, that shows Carl ran out of tires at the end of race 1. Let's get out of the track. So I'm in the pit.
Okay.
So Riaan, can you just confirm both our cars are off the track? Don't want another repeat.
My car is off the track. I'm not sure about yours.
Can you just check for me, please?
I will do.
So we're leading up to the last chicane, and the go zone is out of the chicane, so guys should be bunching up now and ready to go out of this chicane.
As Chris Heineke puts the hammer down into the chicane.
There he goes.
Jason Alden-Jones.
Jason is right on him, very close behind. Although the power of the Nissan gives him a slight advantage.
Good to see that everybody on the grid was able to safely make it around turn 1.
Yeah, no safety cars on the pit, on the main straight. Let's jump to Sean Lerero. Looks like he's having a battle here. Someone ran wide there.
Yeah.
Oh, Leandre Sparks. Oh, Steven Sparks, I beg your pardon. Ran a bit wide there. That gave
Giving a place to Lerero.
Mike McGeer right on his tail.
But we'll see that you know, the Ferrari actually has a very good straight line speed. So I won't be surprised.
I'm gonna switch to Peter Caldenes. He's trying around the outside of Carl Swanepoel. Oh, he runs wide.
Nearly making contact with the cars behind him. That gives a little bit of a lag spike.
That
on
did
his
look
side.
like a lag spike, especially trying to recover the car. That puts him right back, so he has to do all of the hard work again.
At least
Look at
it's,
Steven
not all
Sparks.
the way from
Steven
the back.
Sparks is going to try and go up the inside.
He will probably try and make it.
Nicely
but
done.
yes, he
Peter
does.
had to back out, otherwise there would have been contact there.
Very nice and very wise move from Peter Geldenhuis there. Good driving.
Gonna jump on board with Endrin Govender now. Right behind Gustav Jacobs, who's right behind Wesley Ferrand. Well, not right behind, but he's behind him.
McGear actually just made a move on Steven Sparks as well.
Geldenhuis as well, past Steven again. Steven must have had a poor exit out of turn 5. Oh, someone's off the track there. I think that's Gianno Boyson. He's bleeding positions. He's got his teammate behind him. So Chris Heineck has set the fastest lap of the race in a 1:21.0. So he's right on pace at the early stage. Gustav having a look at Wesley Ferrand. Carl Swanepoel's falling behind. Do you think that's... did he choose the medium tires, you said, yeah?
Carl Swanepoel is on the medium tires, yes.
So he'd...
So as Ferrand and Jacobs behind.
So Carl Swanepoel is hoping that these guys up front's tires wear off, so he can find himself back in the fight. But Jason Holden Jones just done the fastest lap, a 1:20.8. That's great race pace. Slight mistake in turn 1.
Costing him quite a bit of time there. Geldenhuis is now in this battle between Edwards, Loureiro.
Oh, Loureiro
McGear.
goes up the inside of... Oh, was that McGear trying to go around the outside?
Yeah. So these cars behind Loureiro are really putting the pressure on him now because of his lack of straight line speed. And I won't be surprised if I can see, if we can see...
Here goes the Nissan, here goes the Nissan.
That McLaren just does not have the straight line speed to try and defend into the chicane.
Can you outbrake him? He tried, but McGear was defending.
We did see in the first race that Loureiro's got a very, very good late braking on that McLaren, but once that Nissan has passed him, there's nothing he can do.
So Jason Holden Jones has taken the lead, and Chris Heineck has fallen by 2.7 seconds behind. I wonder what happened there. That's a mistake.
That tells me that there was a mistake. Definitely, I agree with you.
So Jason's got a nice 3-second margin now. You can just build on that. In the SimRace SA Mercedes. Chris Heineck, does he have some damage or anything? Doesn't look like so. He potentially just went wide somewhere. Cost him all of that time. Can he fight back?
That we missed that one.
Yeah. Let's head back to Mike McGear. Seems like he's right on the tail of Nazim Edwards. Nissen against Nissen.
We also have Peter Geldenes.
Let's have a look at that. Peter Geldenes is going to try and make a slip pass. Whoa, look at that. That was some overspeed there.
It was definitely, but it was also a little bit of lag as we could see.
Oh, he runs wide.
Just popping right onto the rear of Lorero there.
Quade Claessens now is going to try his luck on Sean Lorero.
It's such a pity to see the McLaren falling behind like this in race pace. He qualifies very well, but after that
he runs wide there.
That's every single lap.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Puts Lorero into 12th place now.
So there seems to be a train developing behind Edwards, with McGear, and then behind him Peter Geldenes, and a short distance back Quade Claessens. So this should be a good battle. All of these cars have mega straight line speed, so it's going to be who's the bravest in the brakes that's going to take this. Oh, Peter Geldenes runs wide. That's not going to help him on this straight. Mike McGear is right on the tail of Nazim Edwards. Is he going to take a dive up the inside? Nope.
Not yet.
Mike McGear shows great patience. Even in race 1, he didn't make any rash moves. Kept it clean. Looks like Osman Vali has made a mistake, and that brought Nazim Edwards right onto the tail of him. So it's just become
close enough to try and take it into first one. Into first corner.
A little bit squiggly there on the brakes.
That would have been very, very brave.
So these guys are really putting on a show for us. At least we've got a nice big train to watch. Chris Heineke's catching up quite nicely.
Yes. The gap in front was almost 3 seconds, and it seems like Heineke found some speed, unless we missed some maybe some small mistake from Jason's side.
I'll keep a close eye on that gap, and we'll switch to that fight should it occur. Look at this train. This is great to see. I don't think Mike's going to make a move up the inside. Yes, there he goes.
He's going to make
outbreak. Oh, just on the limit, he almost went off. Oh, and then Governor spun it. He's going to fall right back.
Kept it off the racing line.
So the gap to from P1 to P2 has come down to under a second now. So Chris Heineke over the last couple of laps has made up a huge margin.
Well, this is purely race pace that he's been able to pull out to close up to the back of Jason Alden Jones.
Yep. As soon as that gap comes to under half a second, I think I'll switch to that. But for now, let's look at this.
Geldenes is also very close. The back of
Claessens.
Quite long.
Yeah. So all of these guys are following in a big train here.
McGear is now under severe pressure. Sorry, Vali is under severe pressure from.
Oh, there he goes up the inside.
Stick.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So Max found his attacking spirit now. He's sending it up the inside.
So let's see if he can close up this 7.3 second gap now between himself and Jacobs in the next 2 laps.
Jason Holden Jones has pulled out the gap to over a sec. Oh, there's a massive. What happened there? That was Nazim Edwards.
Yeah, it was Nazim Edwards. That's unfortunate for him.
Let's take a look at Marius Meyer. Look at the wing on that Nissan.
That looked like your wing on Brands Hatch.
Yeah.
No idea how you were able to actually keep that car on the track still, and you were still able to finish quite well, didn't you?
I put that behind me. I don't even remember that race.
Trying to forget.
Yeah, I shall forget that one. I'm gonna switch over to Quaid Klaassen's back on the tail of Osman Vali. Is he gonna have a dive up the inside? Nice clean move. Does he? Will he stop? Yes, stops. Oh, there's action behind Peter Geldenhuys and Osman Vali. I think they had a bit of contact there.
Yeah,
that was
unfortunately,
unfortunate.
Vali spun out, and
Sean
Geldenhuys was just pressing the car. He couldn't avoid that accident.
Yeah, I think he's waiting. Is he waiting? I think he did wait and let Vali go. Geldenhuys is, yeah, he's fallen right back.
Oh, he's gonna carry on racing.
Yeah, I think he didn't notice that Vali had carried on. Maybe.
Edwards pulls into the pits.
Unfortunately, that has yeah. Let's put the end to our train battle here.
Steven Sparks.
So Chris Heineke is now under half a second on Jason Holden Jones. But has Chris Heineke taken too much out of his tires?
Steven Sparks loses it around corner number 5 and smashes it into the wall.
Unlucky.
That off camber.
Unlucky. That's one of the most difficult corners, as you said, on this track.
It is. So definitely catches you out so quickly if you put your foot down just a little bit too soon, halfway through.
Yeah, especially with the mid-engine cars, they seem to be a lot on the edge, a lot more than front-engine cars would be on that corner.
Definitely. So Heineke is keeping the gap under a second.
Yep. But it's one thing catching, it's another thing putting a move on a veteran.
Very true.
Let's switch to Wesley Farrant, who's right on the tail of Kyle Swanepoel. Kyle seems to be really struggling on these medium tires. I wonder why he decided to change his strategy, because race 1 worked quite well for him on the softs.
He did. I think he was hoping to catch the front runners maybe halfway through the race, but now we can see that the Porsche is really just breathing down his neck.
Yeah.
All the way through the track, not just the fast corners, but also the back straight.
Yeah, and he'll have to pay attention to defending rather than trying to find.
But let me tell you something else, which is very interesting. Ferrant's also on the medium tire.
Wow. Okay, so it seems like the Porsche can make it work a lot better than the Mach.
It seems like that.
So it looks like Nazim Edwards had to jump into the pits for some repairs. Let's check if he's fixed his wing. Yep, his wing is back to its operating level.
Classic.
Back to the battle with Wesley and Kyle.
See that Kyle is pulling away a little bit from Ferrant.
That's the power on the straights, yeah. Let's see what lap times the top guys do in this Oh, Nazim's called it a night. 21.5, 21.4. Let's see what Carl Swanepoel and Wesley Ferrant are doing. Oh, yeah, they're losing at least half a second to the guys ahead of them. So he's got to hope for a big drop off on tires for him to catch up.
I really think that Wesley Ferrant can be up there with the front runners, because Swanepoel is holding him up, especially through the S's.
Yeah, you can see that he needs to let off the gas and coast almost a few places.
Exactly. He's so close to him now.
Peter Caldenes just put a move on Osman Vali. Oh, Carl's gone wide there. If Wesley gets it, oh, he runs the curb a bit too much. That pushes him wide on the exit. And now you're gonna see the Merc just romp away. The gap up front is stabilized as well. Both of them doing lap times within thousands.
Swanepoel holding up front now caused Jacobs to also join into the party.
Oh, nice. So we're gonna have a three-way battle here.
Yes, definitely. That was a very, very wrong move from Swanepoel to go on the medium tires. Because his pace is just not the same it was in race 1.
Yeah, he's struggling as well. I don't think he can get enough heat on his tires.
It's very possible.
The gap up front has opened up to 9/10 of a second now. So I think Jason's just pegging him at that gap behind. They're doing pretty much identical lap times.
Must be so frustrating for Ferrand knowing that there's nothing he can do on the straights, even in the slipstream. Try and pull off and overtake him to the chicane. But it's so much faster.
Look at that. He's right on his tail on that exit. But he just doesn't have the power to make it side by side, so he can force a pass almost. And Carl's gone defensive already, so there's no way. I think it's going to have to be a very aggressive and opportunistic move for Wesley to make a move out of this. A little bit out of shape there as well. Now that's going to cause Gustav Jacobs to be right on his tail.
Meanwhile, we also have a little bit of a battle between Claessens and McGee.
Let's take a look at that. Quaid's flashing his lights.
He's letting him know that he's definitely going to try and overtake him on the chicane if he can get a better exit. It looks like he's close enough to be in the slipstream, but it doesn't really affect the top speed that much for him to be able to be close enough.
Yeah, they're pegging that gap as well. But look at his delta. He's pretty much matching his best lap time, so his consistency is very good.
Very good, yes. Gap up front. Oh, and Jason Olden-Jones makes a huge mistake spinning out just before the S's, which allows Chris Heineke to take the lead.
So they swap positions again.
Went too wide over the curb and into the gravel.
Oh, his tires are cooked, yeah. Unlucky.
Very unlucky. He was running this race very, very well for 17 laps consecutively, but just one small mistake caught him out, and that's the race win. Eventually gone for him.
Can you mount a comeback though? Because we saw Chris Heineke was able to close in a slightly smaller gap.
Slightly smaller gap, yes. We'll see. Hopefully this mistake motivated Jason to push a little bit more to see if he can maybe close up the gap.
Yeah, he's going to have to take it easy on this lap with the tires. Yeah.
Exactly.
Lost 5 seconds on that lap. Let's switch to Wesley. Wesley's trying everything he can. It's so.
I've been in that situation.
It must be
myself,
so frustrating.
There's just nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about that.
Whoa!
A little bit of oversteer there from Swanepoel.
Look at that, it looks like Jason's made up half a second already. So if he continues at that pace, he should be just on Chris Heineke's tail by the end of the race. Carl's gone very defensive, forcing Wesley to use a wide line. Now will Gustav Jacobs have a run? Yeah, he's a bit too far back. Oh, Quade Klassen's made a move. Oh, he runs wide, so he's lost out to Mike McGear. Peter Galdenes is close behind Marius Meyer. And McGear and Klassen swap again. McGear's made a mistake, unfortunate for him. Oh, and his wing is also decided to get cockeyed.
With a smashed windscreen as well. And
he's got a lot of damage on
rear
that
bumper.
car.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage, yes.
Unfortunate, he's done very well to make up the positions that he has. I think he started quite far back.
He can still bring it home. I mean, the gap between him and Loureiro is 17 seconds. So,
correct, yeah, he just needs to nurse it home.
Exactly.
So Jason pulled out another 4/10 on Chris Heineke on that lap. I think time's running out though. I don't think he'll have enough time to make it up.
No, he won't. Unfortunately for that.
Let's ride on board with Chris for a little while. Gabriel says maybe the wing at that angle helps with the right-handers. Chris is driving very smoothly now.
About to start the last lap of the race. 2 laps remaining. I don't think Jason Holden Jones.
He's giving it everything.
The time. He is,
but I think
uh,
the gap is just a bit too big.
it is, unfortunately.
And the gap between Jason and Kyle is quite safe, so I don't think he's under pressure from anyone behind. So let's switch to Wesley Ferrant again. Wesley's seen so much of the back of that Mercedes, he probably can tell us exactly how many LED lights are on that.
Must have been a very frustrating race for him, knowing that he's fast, but there's just no way past.
Oh, someone's gone wide there.
Swanepoel's been so consistent, not making any mistakes.
Yep, and he's defending very well.
Try and leap.
Not leaving any opportunity to put one up the inside. Already gone defensive. That's how you do it.
Very, very good driving from Swanepoel.
So let's jump on with Chris as he does his final lap. Jason Holden-Jones really caught up. It's just unfortunate that the gap opened up a bit too much. But I think he could have been right there again if he had a few more laps. And Chris Heineke takes
corner for the final time
and flashes his lights. Well-deserved victory there. It was a good fight with Jason. Well done to Jason as well for coming back from that deficit. Kyle Swanepoel's about to cross the line with Wesley Ferrant right behind him, followed by Gustav Jacobs. These three had a very good battle as well.
They did.
Quade Claessen's crossed the line to take 6th. Mike McGear is lumping that skew-wingedness in home. Very good drive though, he came from quite far back on the field. There's a pile up at the end there. Sean Loureiro is going to finish in 8th position. Good result for him.
Very
considering how demotivating it must have been to be passed in the straights every single lap. Peter Geldenes comes through in 9th. Marius Meyer comes through in well-deserved 10th.
Very, very good result for Marius.
And his car looks spotless. Osman Vali comes through for 11th. Oh, and he runs wide across the line. And Boyson has finished the race in 12th, followed by Stephen Sparks and John McKay in the final position. Thanks for joining us, everyone. That was awesome racing. Well done to Chris for the win in race 2 and Carl for the win in race 1. Great driving. Thanks, Riaan. That was good fun.
Thanks, everyone. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Good night.